Hi loves, it's Lacey and welcome to our space. So today's video I am going to be making a gift for my mother for her 86th birthday, which is right before Christmas. And as you can see, it is a Christmas themed. I thought it would be great to make her a decoration that she can put out every year, and it is made mostly with thrifted items, and this is one of them. It is a giant bag of Scrabble tiles, and actually it came from a yard sale, and this isn't even all the Scrabble tiles that I ended up getting. It was all mixed in with some unique ones too, like these in this bag that I separated out that have little holes in the top of each tile. I think the person who had that used them for jewelry. And these wine colored ones that have gold on the tiles, I am going to be using those. I think they're gorgeous. And I also have some wine colored ones that have white lettering. I'm not using those today. And also in here they had some Spanish style tiles, Spanish letters, and I thought that was really unique. So we are going to be using these along with a few items from Dollar Tree. I have this board that came from the plus section, and you can see it was $3. I have some Waverly Antique Wax, some more Dollar Tree products, which are some stars, and I have this a pick that came from Joann's in their Bloom Room section. It looks like pine, and that's why I chose this. I'm also going to be using this wooden dowel. It is small, about 1/4 of an inch, as a spacer. So the first thing I did was, of course, pull out all the tiles that I needed. I'm going to be making names of all of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So Tia gets to be shown first here because she has the shortest name, and I'm going to put at least one of the wine-colored tiles with the gold in each of the names. Next, I'm going to grab my Waverly Antique Wax, and then I'm going to use it as a stain on this board. Now, I'm going with the grain of the board, and remember, these are from Dollar Tree, so sometimes the wood is not great. Next, I took a wet wipe and immediately wiped the stain off so that it would be light in tone. And then I took my framing square there and marked the center on this board. It's on the 11-inch side. These are 11 by 14 inches. And so now I am going to glue on 4 of the little tiles, and that one had a letter on it because I have blanks, but I'm making sure that I save those in case I need a real blank on both sides. So I'm using extra of these, and I'm going to make a little box at the bottom. And as you can see, the first one fell off. I put the glue on the tile and then put the tile down, but I learned that if you put the glue on the board and press the tiles down, it stays on there perfectly and they won't pop off. So I have 4 on there now, and I have all of my names together. So we are going to be working from the bottom going up, and I'm going to start with my daughter Dominique's name first. So there is an uneven number of letters in her name, so I'm going to take the center one and put it directly in the middle and work my way out. That way I can guarantee that this stays centered on the board. And as you see here, I put the O on, which was perfectly fine, but then I put the M on. Now, I shouldn't have put the M on first. I should have put my framing square there first and then added the dowel to make sure it was even. That side turned out pretty even, but the side with the QUE, I marked that last, and it's a little crooked. So just because that is a little bit crooked, my bar still went over there evenly because I marked both sides, and it is level. I'm just going to have to move some of the letters in her name after I'm done with this so the bottom looks even. So now the next name, which is my granddaughter Adrian's, she's got an even number of letters, so 2 letters border the middle. And I'm just going to keep doing this all the way up. You put your bar on there, and just as long as you press your tile all the way down to the bar, it will be even across the bottom. Now, these tiles are different sizes, and they come from different packs, I'm sure, because some of them are a little wider as well. But as long as you do, keep your little dowel up there, which I got a little glue up there, so I took it out so it would still be even. It works out. You don't have to worry about the tops being uneven. So even though Dominique's name is uneven at the bottom, I will fix that a little later in the video. And next I have one of the stars from the Crafter Squares pack, and I have some Rub and Buff in the color, I think it is Gold Leaf, that matches the gold perfectly in the tiles. So I did that, and I'm sticking that up above Tia's name to finish our Christmas tree pretty much. At least I'm finished with the wood elements. So now I'm taking our pick that has these looking pine, small looking pine pieces, and I'm going to remove all of them that are the same because there's some different kind of greenery on there as well. And I'm going to cut off the ends and glue them to the sides of all of the leathers. I love how light these are, how small and whimsical looking they are. If you follow me on my channel or you've seen any of my videos, you know I say I'm extra, and I thought this needed something extra to give it that pop for me anyway. And it kind of goes along with my mother's whole decor in her house, and I think she would appreciate it too. So on this last one here, I am, and the one that was at the top, cutting it down because it was too long, and I'm just shaving off some of the top pieces, but I'm saving all of those, and I'm going to put them in where it is sparse on this, and this is what it looks like. And then I was looking at my stash, and I had grabbed these lights. They have little gold beads, and they light up in like a warm white. And you know how extra I am. I thought, oh, I can put these in between the lines, drill a few holes in it, and then put the battery pack on the back. But then I had to remember it was for my mom, so she wouldn't care for that as much. So instead, I looked at the bottom here and decided that I did not like the color of what would be the tree's trunk, so I colored that in with a little of the Waverly, and I didn't really wipe it off. I let it dry in the dark. And then I also looked here, and I fixed Dominique's name at the bottom, and I used to have a U for one of her letters, but I changed it to an E because it was too close to Adrian's N, and then her N was too close to the A. So I moved all that around, and I think it looks so much better because really the wine colored ones kind of look like ornaments. And I realized I had room at the bottom, so I could cover some of them with some wrapping paper and make it look like presents, but I didn't do that either. But I wanted to show you the back, how nice it is. I'm going to let all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren sign that in order for it to be even more special for her. And that is it. I so love this. Though, at the thrift store, I found this then. It is an easel, and it's already painted, and it goes with the theme. Now, the bottom of it was wonky, and I think that's why it was there. It was lopsided, so I just sanded it down, and it fits perfectly. And look how beautiful this is. This is so customizable. You can, instead of staining the wood, you can turn around and paint the wood. You can put fabric on the wood. You can put craft paper with decoupage on the wood. You can add wrapping paper on the wood and glue these down. Now, I will say, if you are going to put craft paper or wrapping paper, make sure it sticks completely, or else the letters may fall off. But I think it turned out completely beautiful, and I wouldn't change a thing. It matches my mother's decor perfectly, and each one of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren's names are on there. Now, you can also see that I have some blanks in spaces. That's to make it look more like a tree. Some people, like Avery, only has a blank at the end, and then Lily has 2 blanks because their names are the same length. It helped out. Now, Justin and Hannah, their names are exactly the same length with the blanks, and so you really can't even tell once I added the greenery to it, and it still looks like the tree. I've decided I'm going to make a giant one of these and put all the kids' and grandkids' names on there, because she's going to not want to put up her tree one year, and then she can just use it as a giant one, and I will add lights to that. So that is it for this video, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye, loves.